viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series, and it looks like Bant Aggro versus a new deck type that I've been seeing a lot of lately, and it's Elves. All of a sudden, Elves have started showing up in tournament practice, and not all of them the same colors. This one is green and black. I've seen green and white, mono green, obs on color, but essentially they're pretty much all the same deck. You know, they might have a few more tools depending on what colors, extra colors they're running, but essentially it's an elf deck, and elf decks haven't changed. You know, this elf deck is pretty much the same as the elf decks from any other time period in Magic. So, Sylvan Messenger got him Beastcaller Savant, Elvish Visionary, Beastcaller Savant, and Shaman. Wow, he hit 4 for 4. That was one hell of a Sylvan Messenger. Okay, discarding a Death Mist Raptor to flip Jace. Jace shrinks the Sylvan Messenger. Another Sylvan Advocate. He has 2 Death Mist Raptors in his graveyard, so the first creature that he unmorphs, he's going to get both of those back for free. So this is actually an interesting matchup, mainly because I don't know what spells this elf deck is running. You know, elf decks tend to run a crap ton of creatures. You know, they're all elves. But since he's running green and black, he has options like direct kill spells or drawing cards for losing a life. And I'm wondering what else he has in his deck other than elves. So, Beastcaller Savant, Elvish Visionary, Dwynen's Elite, Dramoka's Command to kill off the Savant, making the Sylvan Advocate a 3/4. And, yeah, kill off the Mana Dork. I mean, he does have 5 mana, so it probably isn't going to affect him all that much, but, you know, at least he doesn't have 6 mana now. It might limit him to the number of things that he can play in a turn. Nissa Vastwood Seer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, flashback Dramoka's Command. He can kill off any elf that he wants to. Probably best idea is Sylvan Messenger. That way, in case he has some kind of a buff spell, he doesn't have a trample creature. I mean, because, you know, he's done. His ability happened when he came into play. Same with him. And he's a 1/1 token. And he did just that. Made the Advocate a 4/5, killed off the Sylvan Messenger. And he's 1 land away from the Advocate buffing itself up. And then 1 more land after that, and Nissa will flip. Dwynen's Elite, another elf token. 3 more mana left, 4 cards in hand. We know that he has another Shaman of the Pack, and that would hurt a... And there it is, I was going to say, this is going to hurt a lot. You know, that was 6 direct to the face that he could not do anything about. And that's the great thing about Shaman of the Pack is, I mean, for example, if he could have played Shaman of the Pack this turn and next turn, I mean, next turn, a Shaman of the Pack would put Bant at 3. And the good thing about it is Elves hasn't taken any damage yet. If Bant decides to attack in, he can just take the damage. So, 6th land turns the Advocate into a 6/7. He uses Jace to shrink the Shaman. What he could use here is like a Reflector Mage. Well, actually, not really, because all four of the creatures that aren't tokens do something when they come back into play, but you know, it wouldn't be too bad. That is probably a Den Protector. And for his sake, I hope it is, so that he can flip it and get his Death Mist Raptors back probably during the attack phase. About the only other thing that I could think of was maybe Bounding Crassus, so that he could tap something and have a 3/3 blocker. Though another Dromoka's command would be really nice right about now. Beastcaller Savant. And Shaman of the Pack. Ow. He's at 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's dead. 7 attackers. He can flip this, get the 2 Death Mist Raptors back, and it'll be 7 attackers versus 5 blockers. There was just nothing. Oh, it was a Death Mist Raptor. Damn. That was unfortunate. And that's really one of the downsides of Bant Aggro is its limited ability to permanently get rid of creatures. I mean, Dromoka's command is great. Reflector Mage can help you out. Bounding Crassus can swing things in your favor, but you know, the kill spells, the things that make sure that those creatures are dead, you know, just they're not in the colors of Bant. Though we didn't see anything from the elf deck regarding like kill spells, because he could really use them at times, like, you know, maybe an ultimate price to kill off that 6/7 Sylvan Advocate. Oh, and bad news for Elves. He had to mulligan down to 5. Good news is he's going second, so he gets to draw. First turn, Thornbow Archer. This guy can be a pain in the butt. You know, he's not that big of a deal, you know, a 1-drop, 1/2, but the fact that he can get around blockers just by you not having an elf, that can be really annoying. So, in times like this, you know, he effectively just dealt 2 damage. Dwynen's Elite. And Death Mist Raptor. This guy is ridiculously good. A 3/3 Death Touch for 3. And then he can come back basically forever as long as you play morphs. And it's going to be really tough for Elves to deal with him. Shaman of the Pack, that's 4 more, so Bant is down to 14, and Elves chooses not to attack. He's conserving his army for a better time to go for a strike. I mean, right there would have been pointless because he would have lost a creature and gotten in for 3 at best. A second Death Mist Raptor from Bant, and it's looking like he might be mana screwed. But the good news is most of the things in his deck that he needs to play are 3 mana or less. Okay, another Thornbow Archer. Okay, there's mana number 4. Maybe Collected Company? Maybe double Sylvan Advocate? Dromoka's Command? There's a Sylvan Advocate. And now, these guys are just 1/2s. Unless Elves can kill Sylvan Advocate. Stoneforge Masterwork. Basically, coat of arms in an equipment. So most likely he'll... Oh, equipping that to a Thornbow Archer. I was expecting him to equip it to Shaman of the Pack. But Dromoka's command in response, putting the counter on the Sylvan Advocate, using the Death Misraptor to kill it off, and the equip fizzles. So Elves passes back to Bant, and that's the thing. Every turn that basically Elves does nothing is good for Bant. It allows him the possibility of drawing something that can help him. Gnarlroot Trapper, equipping Stoneforge Mystic to the other Thornbow Archer, turning it into a 5/6, and attacking in. His loss of life doesn't work, and Collected Company. Most likely he's going to get blocked by the Death Misraptor, but Collected Company finds a Sky Spawner and Jace, which is really good news because, well, it's going to take him a little bit to flip Jace, but once he does, he has a Dromoka's Command in his graveyard and a Collected Company in his graveyard. Okay, tapping Jace, discards a Dimensional Infiltrator. Oh, and Bant is attacking in. He's going all out except for the Scion token. And Elves takes the damage. That was a 10 damage hit. And second main phase, Eldrazi Sky Spawner, and Bant is top decking. 4 mana Dwynen? Yep, there she is. All other elves get +1/+1. And yeah, that's the thing. That's a great buff, but at the moment, he just doesn't have the force to punch through. Okay, Jace tapping again, discards Flooded Strand, flips. And honestly, I think I would flashback the Collected Company here. Goes for Dromoka's command. That's also a very good choice, because it'll allow him to kill off one of these creatures, probably Dwynen. And that's it. Sylvan Advocate's a 6/7, kills off Dwynen, and he's going all in again, and Elves concedes. That was the problem. Elves never managed to get up a big enough army that he could roll over Bant, and then also Bant actually had a really good showing this game. But this video is really long, and I apologize for that, and I'm going to end it here. That was Bant Aggro versus Green-Black Elves, and if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.